So you're writing a book and you want to make sure that as you work on it, you're not wasting time. You're not writing stuff that no one is going to read. Because the last thing you want is someone to buy the book, get a couple chapters in, and not actually finish the thing, write you the review, tell all their friends and family and coworkers, colleagues, buddies, pals, students, kids, whatever, about the book. And you're now in a position where people are buying it, but they're not converting into bookings for discovery calls, for hiring you for their workshops, hiring you as their keynote speaker. So ultimately, it may not be the most profitable venture that it could have been. So how do you move people through manuscript? Well, one of the ways that you can do this is to think about the language level that you're writing your book in. Think about this. Whenever you're reading a textbook, think about any kind of textbook for a university class or high school or what have you, or maybe professional education. It's something that's dense. There are very difficult topics, a difficult language. It's abstract. You have to read, reread. You have to reread. And often, if you have a professional background or an academic background, you bring that same writing style to your book. And what it means is that you have a tendency to overwrite, to say the same thing multiple ways to make sure your point gets across. Well, the fact is, a general trade nonfiction book, aka the book that you're working on right now, it is not for academics. It is not for people who are studying it with their notebook right next to it, taking notes, writing definitions, looking things up. How do people read nonfiction books? They read them on the airplane. They read them on the bus. They read them after work to relax. They read them first thing in the morning to help them wake up and get mentally aware and in the game. Do people have time to take notes, to look up every single definition? No, they don't. Every time you pull someone away from turning the page, from reading, from digesting, from making people stop, look up and say, what does that actually mean? I don't know those words. Or what is they trying to say there? That is an opportunity for them to back off, put the book down, and not pick it up again. So if you want to make sure people read your book, keep reading, and get all the way to the end, write at the 5th grade reading level. That is the industry standard for publishing. What that allows you to do, or rather it forces you to do, is to simplify complex topics. Use visual, concrete, sensory language so that people, when they're reading it, it immediately clicks what you're trying to say. They don't have to look up, stare at the ceiling and say, okay, what does that mean? What are they trying to say? They don't have to go pick up their smartphone and look up what the definitions that you're using, or the words that you're meaning, how are they defined. So if you want people to finish the book, write at the 5th grade level. A great tool you can use to check and see if your writing is at the 5th grade level or below is the Hemingway App. It's a free online tool. Go to hemingwayapp.com. What it will allow you to do is instantly check at what reading level your material is. And that'll make sure that you are writing compelling content. It's easy to read, it's fun, engaging, and interactive with the reader, so they will just feel like the book is just turning its own pages. The book is reading itself. It's an auto read, and before you know it, they're at page 50, then at page 250, and then they're reaching out, and they are giving you 50 grand for your high ticket product or offer. Oh, you don't have a high ticket product or offer? How are you going to make money from a book? You need a high-ticket product, program, offer. Maybe it's $5,000 a month. Maybe it's a $500 program. Maybe it's a $50,000 done-for-you complete package plus mastermind on top of that. That is a topic for another video, though, how to make as much money as possible off your book. Until then, I'll see you next time. You and your 5th grade level